Hello, Miss Dia Nash. This is Nye McGee with EUR Web. So, what initially drew you to the role of Chloe in Sister Wife Murder, and how did you prepare for such a complex character?
That's a really good question. Honestly, yeah, I needed to work. So, yeah, I needed a job. And then I auditioned for one. And then they were like, you got it. And I was like, I got it. And then I was really happy. Then I read the whole script and I realized I would be kissing and etc. And then I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna be kissing because I haven't kissed on screen before. But, I just that's how I prepared. I did a lot of this. A lot of woosah.
So, was this your first? Is this your feature film debut role?
Basically.
Clearly, your mom is a well-known actress. Did she give you any advice about pursuing acting, or any advice specifically about taking on the role of Chloe in this movie?
Not Chloe specifically, but my mom always just like she puts into me that I'm enough, that like I am made to like do great things no matter what they are. And if I try my best, then the best outcome will happen. So I just like take that into everything that I do.
What if I told you God called on me to be selfless with my affections?
And what's my role? Your dirty little secret.
A Lifetime original movie.
You already have two wives.
Do you want to join this family?
Inspired by actual events.
If you learn to follow the rules, you'll be happy here. I've never been good at following rules.
Sister Wife Murder. Premieres Saturday, July 13th at 8.
How did you prepare for Chloe's emotional journey, and what a journey she goes on from falling in love with Pastor Caleb to fearing for her safety? So, how did you prepare for this emotional journey that Chloe takes us on in this movie?
Honestly, I think that's where me and Chloe are alike. I'm pretty emotional in general. Like, I'm an emotional girly. I love to cry. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. But I think Chloe specifically, she had a lot of loss and like grief. And I feel like when that happens, sometimes you are kind of like looking for something to anchor you down. And when it's the church, hopefully you hope that it's a good experience, but in this situation it wasn't. And so that's kind of how she got to where she was, fighting for her life.
So, what can you tell us about, and of course, no spoilers. How can you discuss the dynamic between Chloe and the other wives, Anna and Margot, and how their relationship evolves throughout the movie?
Yeah, I think there's all types of relationships. Like obviously they have their own relationship because they knew each other before me. Um and then I meet one of them before the other one, so then we have our own relationship, but then when we're all in a thing, it's a different dynamic. So I feel like yeah, that's a toughie. I could only imagine doing that in real life. I feel like I'd be stressed.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I was thinking to myself, I wonder how she would feel in real life situation if she met a hottie, the man of her dreams, and he was like, I want you to be my third wife. What would your response be if he's your ultimate guy, though?
Um, yeah, for like lack of a better term, I'd probably just say no. Um, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cast was amazing. The girls were great. Like I love both of them, and like it was definitely an interesting experience what we go through in the movie together.
Just to keep it real, sister to sister, I was watching, and almost immediately I was like, "Oh Lord, she got herself caught up with some crazy ass white folks. How is this going to evolve? I cannot wait to see." So on that note, how, how did you and your co-star Matthew kind of work together, perhaps off camera, to develop the complex relationship between Chloe and Caleb?
Well, honestly, things move pretty fast. I feel like I feel like things move fast. So like there's not a lot of time to be like all this and all that, but I feel like when you meet someone, like obviously we met before, um I just feel like it's good to know like, oh, this is like a good person. Oh, this is also a good person. Okay, the basics are out of the way. Now we can just like give emotion how it needs to be, you know?
So, if you were Chloe's best friend in real life. You know, if Chloe was a woman you actually knew, she was going through this scenario, she came to you for advice dealing with the abusive pastor and his wives. What advice would you give her?
I'd probably pray for her. And then I would, oh, uh, I think I would probably snitch. I'm sorry. I am a snitch. Yeah, I feel like I would probably tell someone, maybe like my sister. I don't know if I would go straight to her mama, but like maybe I would tell her sister or something, be like, did you hear what's going on? And try to figure out some way to like, but sometimes people just need to fall. Sometimes people need to fall to learn. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to hit the ground hard in order to in order to know properly how to pick ourselves up and carry on the right way. Yeah. What, you know, this movie explores themes of abuse, manipulation, and control. What do you hope viewers take away from Sister Wife Murder and Chloe's story?
I feel like I would want someone to take away first that like getting sucked into a situation like that can happen to anyone, especially if you just came off of like having a really hard time in life. Because there's people that seek that out in other people. Like they can tell that they're broken and they go straight for that. So one, it happens to everyone. Two, just because it happens doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. Like every day you can wake up and decide to be different, and it is going to come with a few scrapes and bruises, but for the long run it's for the best.
And what are you most excited about viewers experiencing when they, you know, when this film airs? What are you most excited about viewers experiencing when they deep dive into this movie? Most especially, unpack the relationship dynamics and the suspense that this tale offers.
Honestly, I'm kind of excited for people to see me in like a different light. I feel like most of the time I'm pretty bubbly, and I think for the most part, I think I'm a little conservative, just like with how I am. Like no one has seen me kiss anybody. No one, no, like I don't think so. I don't, at least I don't want to like quote me and then there's like a video of me somewhere outside kissing. But I don't think anyone's seen me kiss anyone. So I feel like they're gonna be like, this do you? Do you? What? So I'm kind of excited for that, but a little nervous.
When it airs, are you going to be following along on social media, hashtags related to the show, live commentary? Will you be live tweeting? Is it important to you to explore or read the reactions of
Yeah.
viewers and fans to see what they have to say about your work?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna tell me. I'm not a big tweeter. I don't think I have a Twitter, but like I was online the other day and I think people were just like, "Girl, we seen I'm gonna be sad." And I'm like, "Y'all gonna be sad?" So I feel like, and it's also interesting because a lot of people that follow me now, they've kind of seen me from like when I was a wee girl, like when I was asking my mom if I could get fake hair on a reality television show, and now I'm like kissing and I'm like a little grown. So I feel like everyone's just like, "Oh, our little Dia." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." So
I mean, we're going to see you in this role, having a kind of a tense relationship with your on-camera mom. We see you trying to explore gaining your independence. And with that comes dealing with an abusive man, emotional manipulation. How did you prepare for some of the scenes that involve like heavy tension, high emotions?
mhm. I am a heavy prayer, so, like, I just be praying. Like, if I'm happy, I pray. If I'm scared, I pray. If I'm sad, I'll pray. If I don't know, guess what? Imma pray. So, that's honestly how I just got through it. And some of those scenes, they're definitely pretty intense, and it would be funny because, I would walk in and Matthew would be like, "Just so you know, I'm gonna have to yell at you. Don't mean it. So sorry." And I'm like, "It's okay. I won't take it personally." And then after, I'd be like this, "I take it personally. I take it personally." So I don't know. I think it was fun overall, though. A lot of learning experiences, definitely.
What did you most enjoy about exploring this world of Chloe? And were there any takeaways from this character?
I feel like there's a lot of things that I could take. One of them is probably mother always knows best, which some of us don't like to admit, but it's true in the end. I think never give up is probably a good one. I'm trying to keep them general so I don't say too much. Yeah. And yeah, like I said earlier, like every day is just a new day to be better. So I would take those three.
Very good.
Mhm.
Dia Nash, thank you for giving me your time today to speak about this fabulous film. I really, really enjoyed this. Lifetime does it again. They give us another hit. So thank you, Miss. I'm looking forward to sharing this conversation with my readers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a nice
Have a
day.